Welcome back, Minecraft fans, to Scarworld, the SMP on the Scarworld server, where we are building not one, not two, and not three, but many little base islands. We're back on top of base island number 3 because there's a few additions here made not by me, but by my friend on the server, Van Nover. And one of those is directly behind me. Do you see that spire? That's sitting there right in the middle of the block. That's made possible by the armor stand data pack. And we'll be getting to our newest island soon, which you saw in the thumbnail. But first, let me show you a couple of other improvements that have been made here. One of them, the most important one, would be inside our bell tower, where we finally have a bell. Now, I don't even attempt to do this kind of stuff because I don't understand the armor stand improvement, but look at that. That is beautiful. Here, let's see if we can get a better view. No, we can't, but that's all right. Now, one other improvement with the armor stands is right across the way here, and that is our empty bricklayers building. Now has some bricks, a bacon, and a coolant, which I think is really cool. Makes it really obvious what this is all about. Although it kind of does look like bacon. Got some bacon, and everything else, of course, is pure vanilla. And down this way, I took the liberty of adding a few more leaves to the trees, make them pretty, and a few more light sources to make it 100% creeper free. And really, it's only about 95% creeper free. But that leads us to the next zone, which is right up this water stream and into this old abandoned mossy pipe, which is sticking out from this awful, horrible post-apocalyptic wasteland. And before we go in there, what we need to do is fly around and take a look. And I do have some slow falling potions, which might come in handy. Let's take a look. The point of this whole build style is to be sort of alien, sort of futuristic, and very apocalyptic. So this is a world where the very air has turned toxic, and everything outside is has been sort of irradiated against it. So there aren't any windows, there's no ventilation, there's just, climate control centers inside, and it's kind of like Biodome, but with these awesome, dark-looking, strange shapes, and we got kelp blocks and observers and nether brick. And I think that's black concrete powder. And yeah, that's what I decided to go with for this. I wanted something completely new that I hadn't seen anyone else do, that was entirely of my own imagination and not derivative of, you see other Minecraft YouTubers and other things on Reddit, and they are inspiring, but sometimes it's hard to get away from that and actually come up with your own ideas. So I also have green terracotta tucked in behind these nether brick stairs to make it look kind of fun when you go back and... It can be difficult to move around here, though, let me tell you. So it looks kind of cool when you go back and forth to see those peeking through. I wanted it to look like nothing on Earth, and hopefully I achieved that. But while we wait for the slow falling to fade out, let's go inside and peek on what's in the inside. Of course, we've got a waterlogged pipe here, which is draining out into our third island. And let's just explore what's down here. One thing is that there's a way to get up to the outside. That's why this pipe looks so awful. It's from the old city, probably was left here before, but it continues, of course, all the way down to the end where it will go straight up to whatever's next, part 5 of the base. And of course, part 5 is not made yet. That's why this video is called Scarworld Part 4. Now, right here, as you can see, there's been kind of a collapse, and you can see through the walls here that we are in an underground subway station. And of course, that's how folks move around in the future, because the air is toxic. You can't go outside, and land vehicles are useless. So you have to imagine this tunnel continuing off to get to other cities and other buildings. And what are these buildings used for? And also, very cool, you can walk around here. Not very spacious, but at least you can fit. That is the question. What are these buildings used for? They're nondescript from the outside, but on the inside, that's right, they have a tree. This one has a giant spruce tree, and you can imagine the ones to the side have smaller, maybe birch or oak trees. But of course, you're living in the future, right? The air, you can't even breathe the air. Oh, I missed my stop. 1 second. You can't grow potatoes on the surface, right? But you still need trees, you still need food, you still need habitats for birds, I imagine. So you got to protect your trees, shelter them from the outside, and create kind of a solarium here with where they can grow. And then, of course, at the bottom, you don't use just regular old dirt from the 21st century. You use this fancy, spongy, super Soylent Green stuff. I mean, I don't know what it is, but it is perfect for growing trees, and then they can be protected in here and harvested for whatever you need. And that brings us to what we can use this for in Minecraft, because of course things don't just have to look nice, they can also be practical from playing the game point of view. And so if this is really not the fastest way to do it, due to the slow falling potion that I'm still being affected by, but if you start to break this away here, you can of course collect all of the wood, and with the help of the water elevators it's very easy to get up to the top, which makes collecting the wood much faster. You don't have to do the spiral method. There, this is what I meant by faster. And the best part is that while the leaves decay above me, the sticks and saplings will be falling onto the floor, the super high-tech futuristic floor, which is equipped with a minecart rail system to pick all those up and dropper them right back up to my supply cases here, which would be right here. Got some wood, and right here got some bone meal. So we can just keep on making trees here. And the method of this, I wonder if I can show you, is of my own design. It might not be worth it. Here, let's just hope we don't drop any blocks. Let's see. All right, it's minecart tracks right over hoppers. There's a few of them. Oh, you can see the cart going by. And so instead of an unloading station, it just kind of sucks an item out one by one as it passes. And then when it gets to the hopper station, it sets off a note block. An observer reads the note block, and zoop, droppers send it right up here. And that's how I can get all of the saplings and sticks that fall here. And how did I wind up with an extra kelp block? That is suspicious. But of course, the idea being that you come here whenever you need more wood, or you just want to do some honest tree farming and grab some bone meal. And before you know it, you've got a tree. Then you can shoot up to the top of here, or get off on the middle level and start chopping it down again. So all in all, pretty fancy. And of course, it can grow the giant ones that go all the way to the top, or these sort of smaller ones that whatever size you need. But let me drop down here real fast and continue with the tour. Kind of a strange build palette, but again, I wanted it to be just completely unusual. And the use of observers for walls is not something I've seen before. You'll have to let me know if maybe you've seen anybody else use observers for walls. But what I really wanted was something that from a distance just looked like it had been standing there forever. So, oh, and the cool thing about this is the rail is this lit up surging power source end rod, and it goes right into what is that, a dispenser? Which you can imagine the train just goes zoop along those things, because it's the future, anything's possible. But they're going to have to repair this, otherwise everything is going to get poisoned in here. Aside from that, I also did kind of a custom design for the terrain, which is granite, little granite spires poking up everywhere, sort of like mineral deposits. These are probably being collected from the air. And then slabs and light gray concrete powder, a little bit of coarse dirt, and cobwebs. Basically, you can imagine giant spiders roam this terrain at night. But the most important part is there's no light out here. And every single surface from that side of the island to that side of the island is 100% non-spawnable. We've got slabs up there, we have slabs here, and then we have slabs or stairs or walls on every one of these sections. And it makes it very difficult to get around but very cool to look at night. And actually, this is perfect timing. Hopefully nobody sleeps, because we do have single player sleep on this server. And we can take a quick look at this with the sun setting behind it. How imposing is that? And it's completely dark, and yet nothing will spawn. So I don't have to worry about large chunks of it getting blown away. Where is that light coming from? Oh yes, and there's a little bit of light from the subway tunnel, of course. But yeah, you'll have to tell me what you think about this, and that's all I've got for you. Until we build the next one, which will of course be in a completely different build style than anything we've seen before, and hopefully it will be equally exciting and give you all some great ideas for when you need to build something. Thanks for watching, and leave a like if you liked it, and tell me what suggestions you have for our next adventure here in Scarworld. Thanks!